Welcome to the Hustling Podcast. Today we are joined by Ankur Patel, who's the founder and CEO of Multimodal. Hi there, Ankur. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure. I'm quite excited to chat to you today. I was quite interested when I was reading up on the work that you guys do, and I think again, as we see a lot of digital disruptions that are happening in different industries, it's always quite interesting to see different models of automation that are currently taking place in different industries. So I'm quite excited to be unpacking that later on. For folks at home who might not know what multi-model is all about. Could you maybe tell us more about the work that you guys do?
Yes, absolutely. We do workplace automation using the latest technology available, which is large language models. So, same thing that powers ChatGPT, we use that underlying technology. We build it for the verticals that we operate in, which tend to be very regulated verticals such as finance, insurance, the rest of banking, of course, um, healthcare, legal. These are very regulated domains, and the workplace automation software we bring to these companies helps automate the very manual, very repetitive, very, what I would say is they're high volume, complex workflows that mostly people are doing today. And given where this technology is, basically a lot of what people are doing in these roles, which we can get into what workflows, but a lot of this can be done using AI, automated away almost entirely, which is going to add a tremendous amounts of productivity and efficiency to these organizations and make the people's lives that are doing these roles a lot more efficient as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's quite a lot of, sort of technological frameworks that sort of go in behind building such solutions. Maybe let's talk about breaking it, or maybe rather break down what that looks like in terms of the workflows. If someone is working with you guys, how does that process sort of look like? What goes behind the solution?
Yeah, so a simple one would be, let's say, loan origination, where our clients have users are submitting applications, and the applications usually have some sort of identity document and income document, maybe a variety of those documents. So think of these as passports, driver's licenses for identity. For income, it might be bank statements, tax returns, pay stubs, for example. What we do is we build APIs with this technology around that workflow. So if they want to classify those documents and extract certain values that help the company identify the individual and validate their income, and then make a determination as to whether to originate a loan for that individual given their credit worthiness, we could do that programmatically using large language models. So
Mm.
typically, in a lot of the talent that we look for and that we have on board is machine learning talent, people that are working with large language models, building out these capabilities. And then we also have ML ops engineers that take these models and deploy them, usually on cloud infrastructure that scales well. So in the common ones, AWS, GCP, Azure, and we stand up APIs, which then are sold to our clients, and our clients use that to then automate that manual workflow. So it becomes programmatically driven, automated almost entirely away versus having people do those functions.
I'm interested in the ultimate goal and vision of the work that you guys are doing. I mean, you sort of speak a lot around, integrating processes and sort of almost making that process as efficient as possible. What's the ultimate goal and vision for multimodal?
The ultimate vision is really building the invisible layer that helps automate these complex workflows in these regulated industries, replacing a lot of what people are doing with technology, because it's going to, again, make for just a better experience for the end user. So end users will get results and outcomes much faster. People that are doing these jobs, they're pretty mechanical jobs where you do the same thing over and over again. So we want to help liberate a lot of the people in those roles to go and do more high value work within the organization. So I think for us, the big vision is a lot of the nature of work is going to change dramatically because of AI. We have a really great way of delivering that via these APIs. So we want to go into multiple verticals, deliver these APIs. We become part of the workflow that these companies do, but we're behind the scenes, completely invisible to the end users of our clients. But they get a much better experience, and the businesses that we work with, they get just more more value for the amount that they spend, right? Because they're using technology to do something that used to be very, very difficult using humans. In many ways, AI is like the computer. It's like a bicycle for the mind, and enables you to do more using great new technology. And so we're just applying this latest technology, AI, which is software, right? Primarily, but software that can mimic very closely what humans do in the office, right? And so we just want to kind of bring that vision to light. We think many others will try to do something similar, but we have a great start, we have a great lead in building out that business, and so we just want to continue to invest in it and hopefully become one of the bigger players in bringing about workplace automation using AI.
Yeah, I like that bicycle analogy. I am interested in how the platform has been received so far since you guys started. What's the traction like?
Attractions has been much better than I would have estimated or guessed. Like I would say, even beyond the kind of the upper limit of my expectation, because within less than a year, we have a few million in business. The team's grown to 30 people now. We're seeing a little bit of a pull from the market. Lots of different companies in lots of different industries could certainly benefit from this technology, and they're asking for it, right? They are aware of it. They want to see how to do it. They have budget to do it. So it's been very exciting. I think as a business, what we're trying to do is create more scalable process in building out these APIs, making them more full-fledged products. And then the same thing on the sales side and the marketing side. We want to have a really good go-to-market motion, which means we need consistent messaging across all our marketing channels, and the sales process needs to be refined. So we have a repeatable sales process. And that may mean actually going down and narrowing down the use cases that we approach and the verticals we approach. So we start super narrow within a few use cases within a specific vertical, and then we go and scale from there, right? Whereas right now, I think we're casting a wider net, trying to see where the market demand is most ripe, and then narrowing around that as a first pillar for us. Maybe to first pillar until we get to about 10 million in annual revenue.
Sure. I'm sure with this kind of a product, it comes with sort of different challenges and unique projects that you guys work on. What kind of unique challenges are you guys tackling at the moment, or maybe even projects that you guys have going on where you guys could see yourself sort of leveraging, some of our network from the Hustling Network?
Yeah, so I think that's a great question. I think on the technical side, we're always in the market for really great ML engineers and ML ops engineers. I think that's a little bit more straightforward for us. I think where we could use even more help potentially is the sales and marketing side. So marketing, of course, when you're marketing a new technology to businesses that have been around for a while, like mid-market businesses and enterprise businesses, the challenge is how do you introduce this new technology in a way where both technical people and non-technical people understand what it is that you're selling, how you could add value, how do you overcome inertia. New technology is both an opportunity, but it's scary. It's a big challenge, right? And people don't know how to kind of take you in and take the new technology, and so that's where marketing can come in. And I think right now we have marketing on lots of different platforms. Social, certainly have short form video and short form content across all the big social channels like Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. We do long form content via blog posts, for example, and thought leadership reports. We do video and audio, so podcasts mostly that we host. We're doing ads. We're doing work on Reddit. We are also doing work on conferences, so marketing in person at conferences. But we could always use more talent that really knows that landscape. We haven't done too much PR to date, but that would also be a great opportunity for us. And on the sales side, same thing. We're looking for really great, what I would say, enterprise sales people that have an existing network where they've already built really great trust with their counterparts, and we could go and leverage that goodwill, that trust, and the relationships to go and sell more of these products directly to those end users.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ankur. I want to go back to the work that you guys are doing because I mean, of course, as the industries are changing, I'm sure it also means that in terms of building the solution, it comes with a little bit of pivoting and sort of being a scholar of the space. Talk to me about some of the emerging trends that you guys are excited about within the space, or that you guys have already sort of started incorporating in some of the work that you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the core areas where we got initial foothold was working with documents. So understanding documents, much like humans would. That's been a business that's been ages old, right? But we just have the latest technology, which means you get more automation than you would otherwise. But what's super exciting is that I think we're also taking this technology and applying it to databases. So data that's in conventional databases, which over the last 10 years, a lot of organizations have spent a lot of time and effort cleaning up that data, getting it into databases. But now the challenge is you may not have a lot of data analysts or data scientists to go and give you insights from that data. And there's a lot of friction because if you can't access the data doesn't really even matter, right? So how do we get AI to act as that first line of defense where it's actually retrieving information that you need and relaying it to even if you're a non-technical user, right? That is a huge thing, and that's enhancing productivity internally in companies that we work with, but it's actually enhancing the experience for users of those companies, right? So if you're a bank, it helps you operate more efficiently within the bank itself, but it also helps the actual clients of the bank get answers that they need from the databases themselves. So that's been a great opportunity for us. We think that's going to be a huge opportunity going forward. At the same time, things that we thought would be popular, like a ChatGPT like experience, less popular, primarily because there's so much competition in that space, right? And I think that's diluted the kind of the value of it because people are like, oh, we have ChatGPT, it seems to work well enough. Why would we build something much more custom? Our take there is that people will get more value from a custom ChatGPT, but it's going to take some time because right
Yeah.
now, ChatGPT holds the mind share for a lot of these individuals.
Yeah, yeah. For folks at home who would like to learn more about multimodal, where can they find you guys online?
So our website's great. It's www.multimodal.dev. That's .dev. You can also find us on Twitter, Multimodal AI. We're on LinkedIn. All these social handles are on our website, so that's the best place to find us. We also have just great content there: long form, short form content, video content. Even newcomers to the space that aren't necessarily interested in workplace automation software, but want to learn a little bit more about AI and large language models and how it's being applied in business, it will be a great resource for them. There's just a lot of good educational material there.
Awesome, Ankur. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.